Assalamu alaikum and hello everyone. My name is Yaser Khalil Abdullah Musaed, and today I will present our fundamental programming concepts assignment, which is a BMR calculator system. This project was developed to calculate a person's basal metabolic rate and estimate their daily calorie needs based on personal information and activity level. This project was completed by me and my teammate Mohammed Salem Naeem for the Dr. Alif bin Khairuddin. And keep in mind that this YouTube video has divided into sections, so you can reach for any section you are most interested in. So this is the question for our assignment, which is about a BMR calculator as mentioned before, which is a program designed to estimate how many calories a person needs every day. The user enters information such as age, gender, height, and weight. Then the program calculates the BMR using different formulas for males and females. After calculating the BMR, the program asks the user to choose an activity level from 1 to 5, from sedentary to very intensive exercise. So based on their activity level, the system applies a multiplier to estimate the total daily calorie requirements. This also applies important programming concepts such as an if else statement, an iteration loop to allow repeated calculations, and in this specific program we will use a do while loop, which is a post-test loop, and then a user-defined function to improve modularity. Going into the idea of the program, this program has to use a BMR formula, and we have two different formulas, one for male and one for female. This is the BMR formula for the males, and this is the BMR formula for the females. And then based on the activity level from 1 to 5, the multiplier changes. So if the activity level entered is 1, which is sedentary, the multiplier would be 1.2. If the activity level is 2, which is light exercise, it would be 1.375. If it's 3, it would be 1.55, and so on. And we do need both the BMR and the multiplier to calculate the total daily calories, which is BMR times activity multiplier. So going to the pseudocode, first of all we're gonna use a start command, because in every pseudocode we have to start with this command, and then we're gonna declare a variable named repeat, and its data type is char. This data type, this variable is going to be useful in order to repeat the program if the user enters y capital or y small. Then we're going to use a do while loop. First we're going to display the header of the menu, which is BMR calculator. Then we're going to prompt the user to enter their age, gender, height, and weight. And then we're going to display this activity menu starting from 1 into 5, and from that menu the user will enter their activity choice. After we get the activity choice from the user, we will call the function calculate BMR with the arguments gender, weight, height, and age. This function will calculate the BMR for the user and then store the value into a BMR variable. And then we can call another function, get multiplier, using the argument activity choice, and based on the activity choice entered by the user, we will get the multiplier and return the value into the variable multiplier. And then after we get both the BMR and the multiplier, we're gonna multiply both of them to get the total daily calories. After that, we're going to display the final menu, which is BMR, daily calorie, and we're going to ask the user if they want to repeat the program or not. If they entered Y capital or Y small, the program will repeat because we have used a do while loop. If he enters anything else than Y, the program will terminate. So going to the pseudocode of the functions. First of all, the first function, calculate BMR. We're going to declare a variable named BMR, and the data type is double. We're going to check the condition of the user. If he is male, we're going to use this BMR formula. If he is not a male, if it's a female, we're going to use this BMR formula. And then, based on the input of the user, we're going to return the BMR value into the BMR variable in the main function. And then the second function, get multiplier. We're going to declare a variable named multiplier with the data type double. We're going to check the user's input. So if the activity choice is 1, the multiplier would be 1.2. If the activity choice is 2, the multiplier would be 1.375, and so on. And then after we get the activity choice of the user, we will the function will return the value multiplier to the variable multiplier in the main function. So that's for the pseudocode.
Hello guys, I'm Mohammed Samir. As have Yaser said in the first part, this is the short video for the fundamental programming concept assignment. Our program is about basal metabolic rate. Simply, we calculate the calories for your meal. Before developing the code, we decided to design a high-level algorithm. First, a pseudocode, as Yaser explained in the first part, and flowchart, which I will talk about right now. There are many different flowchart types used in programming, from data flow diagram to system flowchart. I decided to keep it simple and focus on the exact step-by-step sequence. So I chose to draw a program flowchart, which we learned in the fundamental programming concept course. Using Max platform, I was able to design the flowchart on my mind easily. First of all, we start the program by declaring all global variables we're going to use in the app, starting from repeat character, activity choice, gender, but not limited to only this. For a more detailed variable list, it was shown in the pseudocode that Yaser explained about. As you can see from the flowchart, after displaying the activity menu, we call the functions calculate BMR and get multiplier, passing users' input as parameters. We'll talk about this function in detail later on. Using the values returned by these two functions, we are able to calculate the calories, which is our main goal of the program. Then we ask the user if he wants to continue with a new input, which will repeat the same process but for the new info, or he was satisfied with this and ends the program. Okay, now let's talk about the two functions more. Calculate BMR uses two formulas. One for males and the other females, then return that value as BMR that, as you saw in the main flowchart, was used to calculate the calories. As for the multiplier, it's a selection statement with a switch that depends on the user's entry to declare the multiplier value.